This is an aWArds show. So let's talk about some wars, some final showdowns, the best final showdowns of 2016.
And if you want to talk about some final showdowns, some amazing fights, some one-sided, very, very one-sided fights, no fight list would be complete without Iron Man versus Captain America and the Winter Soldier, because, oh my god, Iron Man, oh man, what are you doing, dude? You got your ass kicked, man. That was a great fight. Just, except for the fact that Bucky loses an arm.
Well, they always say lose a leg, but I guess in that case he lost an arm. Seeing the two friends battle out, I guess the three friends in this case, battling it out had to be heartbreaking.
So emotional, just, you don't deserve that shield, that was my father's shield. Walks away. It's so emotional.
It also gets better comparisons than other versus on other lists. Yeah, you stated a good point. Iron Man against Captain America and the Winter Soldier is a terrific pick for Final Showdown of 2016. But what about a bargain? I'm here to bargain. You should be here to bargain too, because my pick is Doctor Strange bargaining with Dormammu. This is the most creative nominee on this list because it doesn't deal with a big laser in the sky like we've seen before, or some big CGI army versus a CGI army. It deals with Doctor Strange going to the other dimension, dealing with the dark dimension, dealing with the dark leader of the dark dimension, Dormammu, and realizing that Dormammu is a being with infinite power, and the dark world is a place with infinite dark power. And with all that infinite power, he was able to put Dormammu in an infinite time loop, willing to die over and over and over again until Dormammu released him, almost being tortured by the fact that Doctor Strange had him in this loop over and over again, to see Doctor Strange being able to outsmart the dark demon of Dormammu is my pick of the Final Showdown of 2016.
Well, I mean, that was great. That was an awesome scene, like the set piece, the writing, the editing. We're going to talk about set piece writing, editing, and even acting. Listen, Cara Delevingne is, let's just say, her as Enchantress was amazing. And that final showdown with the Suicide Squad versus Enchantress, with El Diablo coming into the mix with that big demon fire monster, and even Enchantress's brother coming out and doing something. That fight was awesome. That fight for me definitely should be up there. Even if it doesn't win, it's definitely one that deserves to be up there, because that final showdown was just showcases that the Suicide Squad can band together, do something, and save the world better than the superheroes, I might add.
That's true. And it's all about saving the world, and that's why my pick, another pick of mine, one that deserves to be on this list, is Flash Racing Zoom in the season finale of Flash Season 2. We're all about final showdowns in this category, and that means it's the very last battle to take place either at the end of a series or at the end of a movie. And when I think of the ending, I gotta think of how great Flash Season 2 was and that race against time. Barry Allen racing Zoom threatening to destroy all the multiverse. Zoom threatens to destroy the entire multiverse and puts Flash in a terrible position in which Flash has to race him to save the day. He thought Barry Allen didn't have what it took to get his hands dirty, and with Flash creating a time remnant of himself, we were able to see Barry Allen do something we've never seen him do before, and in killing himself, he was able to free himself from Zoom. Seeing Zoom almost become the black flash of death in front of our very eyes was amazing, and Barry Allen getting rid of the evil Zoom once and for all has to go down as the best showdown, final showdown of 2016.
You guys like comic book movies, right? You guys like comic books. You guys like those cartoons growing up, Justice League. You guys watch Justice League Unlimited. Now, when you were a kid, didn't you always want to see Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman in a movie theater, on the screen, fighting Doomsday? Because I know growing up, I always wanted to see the Holy Trinity versus Doomsday. Well, we got that this year, ladies and gentlemen. Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice gave us Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman teaming up to fight Doomsday. That's all I can say, because that's all I need to say. That is why that should be the final show. I know, Iron Man and Cap fight was cool. I know Dormammu's bargain, that all was cool, but Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman fighting Doomsday. That's That's all I gotta say.
Seeing Wonder Woman cut off Doomsday's arm, wrapping that lasso of truth, some of the most amazing movies I've ever seen. Batman kind of in the distance, but able to take his shots too, and then that sacrifice at the end.
Just drives the freaking kryptonite spear right into him. It's just awesome. And then you see just Doomsday put one of his like spikes into right through Superman's heart. Oh man, that was just so awesome.
It's amazing. And you know what? It was an amazing sacrifice. It was an amazing showdown. But it can't be the best showdown. I mean, you're talking about nostalgia. When I think about nostalgia, I think about the 90s. I think about some of my television shows that I used to watch. And yes, Justice League was on the list and Batman was on the list as well. But what about X-Men? I mean, the cool 90s X-Men, that rocking X-Men. Exactly. You know the music, you know the characters, and for the first time we were able to see the closest thing to that in the silver screen. We got to see the team up of this X-Men, like the X-Men of old, seeing Magneto turn into a good guy and help the X-Men take over and fight Apocalypse, which was the biggest villain they've ever faced in all of this. To tell you the truth, the best villain the X-Men have ever faced. They've only ever faced Magneto in other different versions. They finally facing somebody that is worth the full might of the X-Men, and seeing what Apocalypse is able to do, the scope of everything that he's able to accomplish, and the fact that he's able to fight on the mental plane and here on the physical plane. Amazing. And one word, Phoenix. That's it, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Phoenix, Jean Grey, Phoenix, X-Men, Apocalypse. That's gotta win. Best showdown, 2016. Whew. Those were some big wars, some big final showdowns, and some of them good, some of them bad. I know I have my personal favorites, and so do you, but it's not about us today.
Nope.
It's about you guys, the comic book click, and you guys had a chance to vote for the best final showdown of 2016, and you guys voted for Flash Racing Zoom. Of course. Flash Racing Zoom, like I said, so amazing. Zoom also voted best villain, and I guess that goes hand in hand that the best villain faces on the best television show has the best final moment. I guess I
can't believe they took four categories? Three categories?
They're taking a lot.
They took 3 categories. Best TV show, racing, and Zoom.
Look at that.
You guys love the Flash. I love it too.
And I'm telling you, season 2 is a thing to see. As you can see, cleaning up the awards here. Zoom, you did a good job, Barry. You did an even better one. Well, it's time for one of the biggest categories we have left, and that is the best comic book movie of 2016.
I honestly was waiting for this one. I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say.
Exactly 6 comic book movies have come out in 2016, and we took them all, we grouped them all together, and we're gonna sit here and debate what the best comic book movie of 2016 is. And I'm gonna say, first and foremost, if you have anything, any kind of sense, you have to go with Batman v Superman. And I know, everyone has a problem with Batman v Superman, but I tell them, do this. Pick up the Ultimate Edition, I dare you. Add those extra 30 minutes to your film. And in those 30 minutes, you will see characters that have spanned over 75 years on this earth, battle it out. It's the battle of the century with Lex Luthor in the middle, bringing Doomsday. Everybody you've wanted to see, the sneakiest peek of the Justice League. I'm telling you, and Ben Affleck as Batman is something to see. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice is my pick for comic book movie of the year.
My pick. My personal favorite movie of this year. Honestly, this is a movie I think should win. This movie is going to win. I have all the confidence in the world. Deadpool. People, 7 years this thing was on the editing table. 7 years Ryan Reynolds fought, scratched, and clawed. 7 years. We had to sit through the gay Baraka Deadpool. We had to sit through the X-Men Origins Wolverine.
No one should have to sit through the X-Men Origins.
No one should have to sit through Deadpool all of a sudden having Wolverine's claws being able to come out of his forearms. No one should sit through Deadpool having Cyclops' powers or teleporting. Like, no, that's why Deadpool, comic book accurate. Everything in that movie was comic book accurate, by the way. A lot of it was ripped from the panels. Like, even the perfect casting, and Marina Baccarin, ladies and gentlemen, Marina Baccarin is one of the best secondary love interest side characters I've ever seen. Because Copycat is awesome. Copycat's awesome. I love that movie a little bit too much.
I mean, Deadpool did exactly what it needed to do. It brought the chuckles. When I think of best, I think of innovating. Something that changed the game. I'm going to have to go with Doctor Strange. On graphics alone, seeing what these sorcerers were able to do on the silver screen was absolutely amazing. Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One doesn't get any weirder than that. And I think she did an amazing job. Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, I already said, fits that role like a glove, and introducing magic into the MCU is very important. And yes, we got a sneak peek with the Scarlet Witch, but no one handles magic like the Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Stephen Strange. That final battle with Dormammu was something you had to see to believe, and think about all the future movies that this one movie is going to spawn, dealing with magic, dealing with the other dimensions, and dealing with the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange is my pick. I'm telling you, best comic book movie of 2016.
Those graphics are great, but we've already seen them in Inception. Nothing compares to seeing Batman chasing down the Joker and Harley Quinn. Nothing compares to Batman jumping on top of the roof and hearing Harley Quinn say, "You're ruining date night," and Batsy, and saying, "Mr. J." Nothing compares to seeing Killer Croc. Nothing compares to seeing Captain Boomerang. Hell, we even got a Flash cameo capturing Captain Boomerang. That was awesome. And Amanda Waller. Oh my god, I'm still a little bit bitter about that one. I still think Amanda Waller should have won for Best Villain. But even the soundtrack, the whole music that was chosen, Symphony of the Devil for introducing Amanda Waller, even Without Me by Eminem, doing the montage for everybody getting dressed and doing all their guns and stuff. That movie was amazing. I think Suicide Squad, for innovating and fighting alone and being one of the new movies to hit the screens, besides Deadpool's debut, for debuting new characters, that movie was amazing.
Listen, the music did a lot, like I said before, from the nostalgia. When I'm talking about nostalgia, I'll bring them up again. The X-Men Apocalypse, one of the longest running franchises. Do I even have to say, without the X-Men franchise, majority of these films wouldn't even be here. And another strong, and albeit a not so strong franchise, another strong entry is X-Men Apocalypse. The pure scope of Apocalypse's power, his ability to, just kill people with sand, merge you into the wall, get into your mind, and become 20 feet tall. Absolutely amazing. Wolverine and Weapon X. You want to talk about cameos? You don't need a black cow to have a cool cameo. Wolverine slicing and dicing, pure berserker rage was a highlight of that movie. And just seeing Magneto's fall, his descent into evil, and then redemption at the end of that film made that film for me. You want to talk about superheroes? Name more superheroes than the superheroes in X-Men Apocalypse. X-Men Apocalypse should be best comic book movie of 2016.
Giant Man, people. Nothing tops Civil War. It was a compelling story. The plot was amazing. That the whole fact of Tony Stark's parents being killed by Winter Soldier, even though we all knew about it from the movie Winter Soldier, and the whole thing about the trilogies, the Captain America trilogies just get better as the movies progress. Civil War. You want to talk about a comic book movie of comic book movies? Civil War is what you think of when you think of the comic book movies of 2016. You ask any random stranger, hey, when you think of comic book movies of 2016, what's the first movie that pops into your head? I bet you they'll tell you Civil War. I bet you they won't say, why'd you say that name, Martha? I bet you they won't think of the gyrating Enchantress.
Well, you're right. You bring some light, but Civil War did do a lot for the MCU, and how much money did that thing make? That thing made a bunch, and it was all worth it. Some of those action scenes, and the debut of Spider-Man, Black Panther.
Exactly, Spider-Man, Black Panther, the best on-screen Spider-Man we got. And
Am I helping you with this?
I think you're helping me. I've gone on record to say that Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man. I've gone on record, and I will continue to go on record until I saw Tom Holland as Spider-Man. That kid sold it. That kid was amazing. I think Civil War should be. That's just me.
Well, good thing it isn't up to you, alright? We all have a vote here. And the unanimous decision for best comic book movie, according to those comic book clickers out there is...
Well, what did I tell you?
Captain America
By
Civil
a
War.
resounding 58% lead in the polls. That is the most we've had today in the voting.
I'm happy this is a happy election, not like the one that we have to deal with. But you talk about some rightful winners. Captain America Civil War, hands down the best movie of 2016. I'm talking about best movie. But best comic book movie, surely.
Civil War deserves it.
A great entry into the Captain America trilogy, a great entry into the MCU.
And then we got new characters to bring into the MCU. We're going to have a Black Panther film, ladies and gentlemen. How amazing is that going to be? We're going to have an all-black cast starring a black character. This is stuff that we just don't see every day.
Tell me, and I'm starting to think we don't deserve it.
We don't.
But it's coming anyway, and it's going to be coming fast. Thank you, Civil War, for all the greatness you brought us in 2016.
I know, I cried in the theaters watching that movie. Giant Man, people! Oh my god, Giant Man.
Oh, don't go too crazy about all the things in 2016, because guess what? That concludes the awards for 2016.
That's
the
right.
final award here, the final CBC aWArds award, is going to go to the most anticipated comic book film of 2017.
Oh no, see, that's the best part about living in 2017, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait for Logan. It is going to be awesome. It's going to be the last time that we see, Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman as Professor X. Yeah, I'm not thinking tissue because that's my childhood. But come on, we're gonna have the possibility of Wolverine's daughter. Like what? Wolverine's daughter?
X-23 being in this film might just change the game, and seeing how the X-Men franchise goes all the way into the future, Wolverine with regeneration that's slowing down, how does that Wolverine even look?
That's like an old man Logan type of storyline that I cannot wait to explore.
That is amazing. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But we've been down the Logan train. Hugh Jackman has portrayed that character what?
Like 8, 9 times.
90 times, maybe something like that. He's been Logan for as long as I can remember. What about something brand new? We were talking earlier about Supergirl and how important it is for her to lead a comic book television show. But what about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman leading the first ever female comic book movie, Wonder Woman? Awesome theme. And we're gonna see women on the silver screen, strong women on the silver screen. I'm getting a little bit of a Captain America vibe, but that's pretty cool. We get to see women's roles.
Oh, that was awesome.
Women's roles in World War I. We get to deal with mythology, Ares and Zeus, and how she gets all her cool stuff. We get to find out if she was really birthed from clay, like she says. The introduction of Steve Trevor and all the things that he has to deal with in this continuity of DC. And Wonder Woman is one step closer to the Justice League. Seeing that lasso of truth glow, seeing those Amazons just beat down everybody in their path, Wonder Woman is going to be the must-see for 2017.
One way this is going to be the must-see movie of 2017, I'll give you 2 words. Baby Groot. That's all you need, ladies and gentlemen. Baby Groot. That's going to be enough to have the storms rampant. The doors are going to be blown down. Ticket sales are going to be sold out before it even hits the second trailer. I'm telling you, Baby Groot is going to box office crush Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm telling you,
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 might just do it. You got Peter Quill and get the gang coming back again. The first one was almost a sneak surprise at how good it actually was. And Rocket, Drax, we're all
Oh my
here.
god, Drax.
And
God.
with us being in the galaxy, are we one step closer to being at the Infinity War? One step closer, being closer to Thanos and finding out what is going on in that galaxy that ends us at a point that we need to be at in Infinity War, which is amazing.
You could only hope. One can only hope that we finally get all the tie-ins that we need.
And speaking of tie-ins, I understand that people want to go back to the galaxy, but I think they want to go even further. I think they want to go back to the 9 realms. I think Thor and Thor Ragnarok is going to be one of the most anticipated films
I personally can't wait for that.
2017. And let me tell you why. It's the first time we've seen Thor in such a long time, especially with the events of Civil War hanging in the balance. What is Thor up to? And it turns out he's not going to be alone in this film. He's going to be right there with Dr. Bruce Banner. The Hulk, people. The Hulk is returning to screens in Thor.
Hulk vs. Thor! Come on!
Versus Thor. We're going to maybe see some Planet Hulk. maybe see some World War Hulk, and a cameo from Dr. Stephen Strange, there is no way Thor Ragnarok is not the most anticipated film of 2017 that has to deal with comic books.
Now, Thor is great. Thor is an amazing character. I personally like Thor the Dark Worlds, but listen, when you think of 2017, you think of the comic book movies of 2017, no list would be complete without Spider-Man Homecoming, ladies and gentlemen. The trailer that broke the internet. The trailer that was... Oh my god, that trailer was amazing. Michael Keaton as Vulture. One, this is the first time we ever get to see Vulture. Two, Michael Keaton, Batman, in a Marvel movie, as a villain, as a bird-type villain? What?
There's no doubt that once we got the Tom Holland that we got in Civil War, we wanted more. This is exactly what the problem was going to be. Who knew we would want another Spider-Man? But Marvel has done it and has us begging for more, and we want more Tom Holland. We want more Spider-Man. A lot of speculation about Mary Jane. A lot of speculation about the suit that he gets from Tony Stark. Spider-Man Homecoming is going to be something to see.
And no Mary Jane, no Gwen Stacy. We get Liz Allen. This is the third Peter Parker love interest that we're getting in a third franchise movie. Like,
that's big. That's big, and dealing with continuity. But I'm gonna ask you a question. When you think about superheroes, one word comes to mind, and that word is justice. It's all about justice. It's justice over vengeance. It's justice over revenge over murder. It's justice over all. And all we need, ladies and gentlemen, is a league of their own, a league strong enough to bring justice to this world, and that is the movie I'm talking about.
Watchmen.
Justice League.
Oh,
could be the Watchmen. The new Watchmen, the Justice League. The Justice League. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, no team has taken a longer time to assemble on screen. No team. You got your X-Men.
Yes.
Here's your X-Men. Here's your Watchmen. Here's your Avengers. Where's your Justice League? We've seen them in cartoons here and there. We've seen bad versions and knockoff versions on television shows, but we're gonna see Aquaman, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Cyborg, maybe Green Lantern, maybe Green Lantern. We see some mother boxes. We're gonna probably deal with some Steppenwolf. Is Darkseid around the corner? I don't know.
I'm hoping so.
I don't know. But all I know is Justice League has to be, just for the length of time that it's taken to get here, it has to be the most anticipated comic book movie of 2017. (2017) is going to be an amazing year, and you can follow all of the things that we do here at Comic Book Click. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep looking at the videos. Keep following the Facebook, because you guys got to vote what would be the best and most anticipated movie of 2017, and the Click has chosen
The Justice League.
The Justice League. And
You know, what an amazing pick it is. I like that pick. I can live with that.
Batman vs. Superman did not do critically well, but maybe Justice League will be the movie to turn the entire DCEU around.
Well, definitely will.
Oh, we're gonna see the debuts of some of these people, the cast alone. Justice League, we're putting all our hopes and love into you. DC.
I am throwing all my eggs into the Justice League basket.
All the legs are in the basket. We love your heroes. Just do them right, and we will come in droves to see your stuff. And woo, what a year!
This was a great year. This was a great year, ladies and gentlemen. We were spoiled with some of the best comic book movies, some of the best TV shows, even the best characters to be able to come to life. Like, I still can't believe that we got guys like Black Panther and Doctor Strange, and even a good Frank Castle for once. Like,
a Doomsday, a different version of the Joker, Amanda Waller for the first time coming to the screen. It's been amazing, and it's only gonna get better. And you guys gotta make sure that you're following all the stuff that we do here at Comic Book Click by going to facebook.com/Comic Book Click. You can go to Instagram at Comic Book Click, or always use the hashtag Comic Book Click to talk about all the newest, hottest, and greatest and latest things to come to comic books and comic book media.
subscribe, people. That's what I'm doing.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. And the voice has been heard. The winners have been named. You people have championed the best that 2016 has to offer.
Pat yourself in the back. Feel good about it. This was a hard list to even make up. We spent a lot of time even trying to find different characters to put on the list, because there was a lot more things than just what we had.
Wait, speaking of which, I think we forgot an award here. Greatest fan base in comic book history has to go to the CBC, the comic book clique out there. We made our debut in 2016, and it wouldn't be without you guys. Without you guys, wouldn't be standing right here, looking as dapper as we do.
It's an Armani tie.
It's all thanks to you. So like I said again, like, share, and subscribe to see more of Dan the Comic Man and George Serrano, aka the Don. We have been Comic Book Clique. This has been the CBC Awards show for 2016. Anything else you ever want to say to the clique?
Stay beautiful, people.
Stay beautiful, and don't forget, you, yes you, are worthy.
Always.